Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nick. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here,
well, welcome the fuck back.
Alright, so today is our next installment of Nick's Favorites. If you're new to the channel, once a month I have a little segment, or not a segment, I have a thing that I call Nick's Favorites, which is where I rewatch one of my all-time favorite movies. We rewatched all-time favorite movie, the original Halloween from 1978. We did that like a couple months ago on the channel. I want to get through what I refer to as the Holy Trinity before Halloween Ends comes out. And what I consider the Holy Trinity is, I'll throw it up on the screen. We got Halloween, Halloween 2, and Halloween H2O, the Holy Trinity. If you have not been clued in on this, today we are watching 1981's Halloween 2. So this film was directed by Rick Rosenthal and it was written by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill. I love this movie. Halloween 2 is like one of those movies that growing up, it was like alongside the original Halloween, was on all the time. And then Halloween H2O, the concluding chapter of the Holy Trinity, that I saw in theaters. That was like the first Halloween movie that I saw in theaters. So like these three movies, they mean a lot to me. Halloween 2 is just... Before we get into the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button so that you can get notifications for when I upload a new video. You could also check me out on social media. I have both Twitter and Instagram, and you can check out my Patreon. You'll get access to full-length reactions, audio commentaries, polls to help me pick what I watch next, and more cool stuff. All right, we got the fit going. And now it is officially time. Let's head on over to Haddonfield with Halloween 2.
I want you to listen to me. I want you to go out of the house and down the street to the Mackenzie's house. I want you to tell them to call the police and send them over here. Now do as I say.
Now obviously they do the little flashback to the ending, which was appropriate considering it takes place on the same night. But one thing I will give this movie props for is the fact that, like, unlike the Friday the 13th movies, which I love, don't get me wrong, like the flashback did not take up like 10 minutes of the opening of the film. It's like less than 5 minutes, if that. Now the shit. This is hilarious when he falls off the balcony. For anybody who doesn't know, him falling off of the balcony, it was shot again for this movie because originally he fell off like the side or the back of the house, and in this one they had him fall off the front of the house. It looks a little silly. You can clearly see that he's like standing on something, but he literally backs up and then just plops. That is funny too. The man-shaped outline in the grass.
Tell the sheriff I shot him. Tell him he's still on the loose.
Is this some kind of joke? I've been
trick-or-treated to death tonight. You don't know what death is.
Oh, Lord. Again.
I fucking love this movie. So obviously the score is, this is John Carpenter and Alan Howarth. Alan Howarth would later go on to, I think he co-scored 3 with John Carpenter, but then 4, 5, and 6 were all Alan Howarth. Now this is obviously very different from the original score in the sense like the original score was all piano. Either way, I fucking love it. I love the score for this movie.
I shot him 6 times.
6 times. I shot him 6 times.
I love that this movie aesthetically, because like it's Dean Cundey who did, I want to say he's the director of photography. One of the greatest things about this movie that I love is the fact that it looks visually almost identical to the original, despite the fact that it was filmed years later.
Night of the living dead.
Are you asleep again?
Night of the Living Dead. It's actually nice to be able to like watch this now and to have like the knowledge or context of like what that film is about now that I've thankfully reacted to Night of the Living Dead.
They're coming for you. Look, there comes one of them now.
God bless Halloween 2. The only reason I know that quote.
Police are searching the entire area for a mental patient who escaped last night. He is now believed to be at large in Haddonfield.
That is, oh.
It was scary.
Oh, I love that shot. That's so fucking creepy with him in the background.
It was scary.
Mrs. Elrod? Mr. Elrod? Are you okay?
They're fine. You're about not to be.
There was someone screaming next door. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Elrod. His wife's always picking on him. He probably got angry and decided to start beating her.
That is a line that I have always been like, who put that line in this movie?
Where'd it happen?
Down on Orange Grove.
That's right down the street.
Fucking creeper. Dick Warlock played Michael in this movie versus Nick Castle and like the two others that sort of played him in the first movie. But like, yes, the movement is different, but I will say that he is just as fucking creepy in this movie as he was in the first one.
Who is it?
Ah, Alice. Alice. Well, at least it was quick. Oh, Laurie. My sweet Laurie. I don't know what the real horror of Haddonfield is. Michael Myers or this fucking wig that they put her in, because,
It was really bad for her.
Hey, you know this chick? Yeah, her name's Laurie Strode. She goes to school with my little brother Ziggy. Her old man, Strode Realty? Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why. I've always found that, like, exchange of dialogue funny. It's just because Bud goes, okay, at the end. This shit is gnarly.
Oh, God. Oh, just put it up there real gently. You okay?
He has a full-on fucking razor blade in his mouth. Ugh.
Don't like that.
Clearly some other hijinks were happening in Haddonfield that night.
Where's Dr. Mason?
He's been at the country club. I think he's drunk.
Stab wound, left anterior chest, multiple
Laurie
contusions.
Strode.
Janet, get me some more coffee.
The doctor is literally fucking drunk, and the nursing staff all knows this, and they're still allowing him to, like, treat patients.
So we're going to have to put her out.
No, no, don't put me to sleep.
Okay, relax. Relax, I'm not gonna hurt you.
No. No.
I guess it's never really, like, explained as to why she does not want to go to sleep. Like, I know later on in the movie, she starts, like, getting some of her lost memories or buried memories back. I don't know, like, is that why she doesn't want to go to sleep? Because it seems like these memories just happened to her because of the trauma that occurred to her earlier on in the evening.
The movie is about trauma.
You know, Doctor, I'm just about there. Point where I stopped taking orders from you. The primary concern is that we stop him. You let him out.
I'm so sick of this bitch.
Yeah, I genuinely, still, to this day, I don't understand the whole fascination with Brackett.
You let him out.
He's literally explained to you that he did not do that he was trying to do the opposite. His entire, like, life purpose was to keep this man locked up. So I don't understand why he's constantly like,
You did it! You let him out!
What's not clicking? What's not clicking?
No man could take 6 slugs.
I've told you this isn't a man. Slow down.
What?
Over there. Look.
Poor drunk Ben Tramer. He's like, I am underage and I am drunk. I am not trying to get arrested right now. It fucking explodes. It explodes upon impact. It makes no sense, but I love it.
He came out of nowhere. I couldn't stop.
You just made that up.
He didn't come out of nowhere. He was walking, like, diagonally in the street.
They found 3 bodies.
Where?
Across the street from the Doyle house. One of them was Annie.
Now, like, look. I get that he left because he just was informed that his daughter died. But they literally just exploded a man in the middle of the street and then just straight up and left the scene.
Oh, how are you feeling?
Sore.
Cracked a bone. You're lucky it wasn't a break.
She did crack a bone because she ate shit when she went over that railing.
Come on, Jimmy.
Little scammer.
I can just have to drink. I'm gonna cook.
Okay.
I would love a Coca-Cola right now. Sugar-free.
Get that. I want to concentrate.
Okay, so who she's talking to in the blue cap, that's Dana Carvey. Fun little Easter egg.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing.
Sweet Annie. Gone too soon. Gone too soon. She just wanted to get dick down. But don't you think that I have forgotten that Halloween Kills, a film which liked to talk shit about the sibling angle and we want to ignore all of the other films from continuity, but then proceeds to literally use actual footage from this scene in Halloween Kills. No, I can't even get into it.
If that wasn't Michael Myers burning up in that car, then a lot of other kids are going to be slaughtered tonight.
He's dead. I saw him.
I saw a man in a mask.
It was him.
Again, how would you know that? You saw a man, and this is what I'm talking about. The police force in Haddonfield are deeply stupid. You did not confirm that that man was Michael Myers. A, you've never fucking seen what Michael Myers looks like, and B, you just randomly saw a man in a mask on fire. But sure, that's Michael Myers. Okay, okay.
Never going to another Halloween party as long as I live. And of course, now I'm going to be late.
Well, you gotta drive me home first. Oh, Darcy, I don't have time.
Can't you ask Eddie Lee?
He's in Russellville.
It's 5 minutes to your house, another 5 minutes back to the hospital. You promised me.
I know I did.
I love it.
Okay, let's move on.
Laurie Strode was found directly across the street. The teenager was taken across town to Haddonfield Memorial Clinic.
Move, bitch! I like that he literally just, like, stood in front of him and was like, your ass can go around me. Well, that news bulletin, he officially knows where he has to go. So here's what's interesting about this scene. So, first of all, I love that shot. I love that shot. But what doesn't really make sense about that scene is she said it's 5 minutes to your house and another 5 minutes back to the hospital. If it actually took 10 minutes, why would it take 5 minutes from her current location on the street, wherever she was, via car to get to Haddonfield Memorial? Whereas Michael Myers, who was literally doing his, you know, slow ass walk, got there within 10 minutes. Like, he got there before she did. Something ain't adding up. I love that. Like, with the white mask, because that's like all you see. And Mr. Garrett ain't paying not a lick bit of attention.
You know the shopping bag out by the mall? She stopped at a light and saw him walking in that field behind the Lost River Drive-In.
No way.
Julie's full of shit. He didn't escape until last night.
Every other word you say is either hell or shit or damn.
Sorry. I guess I just fuck up all the time.
And she's over it, and she just gets up and leaves.
Amazing grace. Come sit on my face. Don't make me cry. I need your pie.
I love Bud. I mean, he's a pervert, but Bud, look, give me the personality of Jimmy in the body of Bud. Ooh. Ooh.
Thank you for making that announcement that no one cared about.
See, like this, I loved that they do a lot of this in this movie, where they just have a lot of point of view shots of Michael just going down the hallways or going down the stairwells, or they'll show like the image of what you see on like the security monitor of him going down the hallways. And oftentimes when they do it, they don't have any accompanying like score piece. And I love that. And it just makes it so much creepier to me.
You were late again tonight. Just 15 minutes? That could be the difference between life and death for one of those kids. You're right.
Yeah, she's kind of a shit nurse. Late to her job, tries to f in the middle of her shift. And Mrs. Alves is fabulous, but she's a bitch.
Michael Myers.
He was the guy that was after you.
In the Myers house?
Yes.
The little kid who killed his sister?
Yes!
But he's in a hospital somewhere.
Not anymore, sweet thing, not anymore.
Time's up, Jimmy. Let's go.
Okay.
No, you won't. Visiting hours are definitely over.
He's a little scammer.
Men, you can't live with them, you can't live without them.
That is true. Although, it does beg the question, like, I don't know what the laws were back then, but like, Laurie's in high school and he's in college, and nobody seems to frown upon it. I mean, maybe he's like freshly college, like maybe he like is like 18.
Yes, Mrs. House? Go tell Mr. Garrett we're having trouble with the phones. Right now.
What's wrong with the phones?
Big brother cut the phone lines. That's what's wrong with the phone.
It'll take me 5 minutes.
But I don't even know how to use this thing.
I mean, sis, it's a walkie-talkie. The bare minimum, he should have just, like, set it to whatever setting it needed to be on and said, literally, hold the button down and talk. Because when it pans back to her, she's just, like, moving all the knobs.
I think somebody broke into the storeroom.
I wonder what he broke into the storage room for. Like, was it for weapons? Because he already had the knife from the Elrods. And then later on in the film, you see him with the scalpel. Maybe he's just trying to lure Mr. Garrett in to take him out. Right in the head. That would hurt. I mean, hopefully he died instantaneously, because ow.
Leaving the gums are charred, but no fillings. He's young, maybe 17, maybe 18.
Michael Myers is 21. Poor Ben Tramer, though. Like, Ben Tramer literally looks like when you go to clean out your stove and you have the little tiny chunks of, like, just blackened, crisp nothing that has fallen to the bottom of the oven.
Haddonfield was a pretty quiet town before tonight. The only gunshots you ever heard were to start the track meet at the local high school.
Here's a real question. Why the f did you need a gun to start a track meet at a local high school? Maybe that's where the f***ing problem started.
We just waited. The staff was unprepared. They didn't know what he was.
Did you know?
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah, and you see the difference with that is like, I feel like, and I'm trying my best not to like drag Halloween Kills, but like in Halloween Kills, I feel like because there is no doctor, so like in Halloween 2018, they had Sartain as the Loomis character, but then Sartain gets smushed. Like, it feels like they tried to give Laurie Dr. Loomis's dialogue. There is only one Dr. Loomis.
And that's on a period.
And the way that he delivered these, you know, these big speeches about evil and it's a monster and we must stop it and I knew and Samhain and all this other stuff, like, it feels natural when he says it. It does not feel natural when Laurie says it.
Yeah, I'm worried about Bennett Tramer.
He isn't home yet.
Yeah, and he left the party at 10.
He was real drunk.
How old is he?
17.
Well, he's dead.
I hope you guys made some good memories, because you ain't seeing Ben Tramer again. No, he would have got stabbed right there. Like how she was like, I could have got you with these scissors or whatever she says. No, I would have, because that would have scared the shit out of me.
Let's go down to the therapy room.
I can't leave the kids right now.
But everybody's all weirded out tonight. All this Michael Myers crap.
As if it's not like a serious thing.
This is serious.
Like, y'all are this sleepy little tiny town, and somebody just came up in here and hacked up a bunch of you. Of course it's a thing that people are weirded out about.
Therapy room's 3 doors down.
I suppose if we left the door open, we could hear somebody was coming, or one of the kids start to cry.
No amount of dick is worth losing your job. Like, but babies, there's literal babies, newborns, sitting up in that hospital, and she's just like, I'm gonna go get split in two, because it's Halloween, why not?
Why won't you ever tell me anything?
I told you, I'm not your mother.
I always thought that was weird. Why would the Strode mother, say that to her, I'm not your mother, but then Laurie seemingly like forgets it. So like how would she not remember that? The parents just suddenly pivoted and started to be like, no, actually, just kidding, I am your mom.
It's hot in here.
It's just me.
Shut up.
But I'm gonna need you to not talk, okay?
It's too hot in here now, bud. Why don't you go check?
Cold out there.
It can get cold in here. Oh, I need to stop. His version of trying to fix it was just going like this and tapping the temperature gauge.
Fucking idiot.
I love this. The off, like, it's not an off-screen, well, it is an off-screen, well, kind of, you know, it's like a halfway off-screen death, but like you can see what's going on, but it's in the background and there's no sound. Oh, I love it. It's so effective. She just, look, she has no idea. She has no idea who's in the fucking room with her. Oh, God.
Forget it, bud. I have to go back to work. You want to go for breakfast later?
She's fucking chewing on Michael Myers' finger. That nasty ass finger, because you know that man has touched some things that you don't want in your mouth. He probably doesn't wash his hands after he takes a shit.
Now, bud, don't be that one.
This poor woman. Oh, her face. Ugh. Gross. It's like weird though. He's like submerging her face, which is like almost immediately starting to like melt off her skin. I mean, it's Michael Myers, but like his hand seemingly sustains no injuries.
Sister.
Oh yeah, that's why he would have went into the storage room, because the knife. He popped the knife here. I forgot about that.
Samhain. It means the Lord of the Dead. The end of summer.
The festival of Samhain. I think it's actually pronounced Samhain.
I have to talk to you.
Oh, I didn't recognize you. What are you doing here?
Privately.
Icon. She's fabulous. A fabulous icon.
You've been ordered back to Smith's Grove.
He can't order me.
No, but the governor can. He spoke to Dr. Rogers personally a few hours ago.
The governor?
I always wondered if Dr. Rogers was supposed to be the guy that we see Loomis like when he's walking out of Smith's Grove in the first one, which is weird because I feel like after Halloween 6 retroactively, everybody like referred to that as Terrence Wynn, but I'm assuming it's supposed to be Dr. Rogers timeline-wise according to this one. Look, the lights are on, but ain't nobody home. Yeah, no. The vacancy sign is on.
Dr. Mixter, it's Laurie Strode. She's had a reaction to the medication. You better come quick.
Ooh, I love that shot. Damn, needle to the eye. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes.
That was so powerful.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Academy Award.
I'm surprised that needle managed to bypass, like, her skull, like the bone. But either way, that shit. And I will point out how they recreated, like, the whole light thing from the first one, where it's supposed to be, like, it's supposed to simulate, like, your eyes slowly adjusting to the light, so then you're able to see more of what's in the room. Like, it looks just as good in this one, in my opinion, than it did in the first one. Well, he looks creepy as shit.
Damn it, Peter!
And I love how robotic he is in this film. Every single move that he makes seems to be very precise and calculated. Look at that. That is, oh my God. Oh my God. That is, it's gorgeous, gorgeous. It's such a good shot. Like, look at that. You can't tell me that that is not gorgeous.
I love it.
I mean, obviously it's creepy, but it's gorgeous.
I can't find anybody. We gotta find Laurie.
I like that this is for the audience, obviously. Like, we're supposed to see his outline. But there's, like, in, like, movies where there's, like, characters, like, on the peripheral, and I'm just like, how the f***? Look. Well, I mean, at the bare minimum, I feel like Jimmy should have seen that. Like, I see anything human-shaped, and I'm like... Like, this is an iconic death scene. Well, not an iconic death scene, because we don't see her die, but, like, it makes no fucking sense. Like, you can't just bleed out like this. But it makes for a really, really cool, like, sequence, especially when Jimmy does what he's about to do.
It's not funny. It's really not.
Jimmy ate shit. Yeah. Michael left no stone unturned. Literally slashed all the tires and cut all the brake lines. I don't know when the f he would have done that, but he's like, none of y'all hoes are leaving.
Laurie, wait.
She's like, nah. Iconic. Absolutely iconic. Fucking shoes. I like that this is the moment where suddenly Laurie's like, I'm not drugged anymore. I need to get the fuck out of here. Look at her go. She's booking it. She is booking it. Yeah, Mr. Garrett got. See, and I love that, like, he's still constantly shrouded in shadow up until, like, maybe shortly after this. The operating room, obviously, like, the ending, like, he's not really in shadow anymore. And this, y'all know, I am a whore for red lighting in a horror movie. Ugh. Ooh, I love it, I love it. Now that... I should probably just look this up, or maybe one of you guys can let me know. I've never understood that. Obviously now in modern day, that would not happen because you have the sensors on these things. It's kind of like the Tatum garage door type thing. Although that happened in 96, this was like 81. Did they not have the sensors on the elevators back then? Like, wouldn't that have just immediately sensed his arm and opened? Either way, it makes for a great set piece.
There's a file on Michael Myers that nobody knew about. It was hidden, sealed by the court after his parents were killed.
Oh, Lord.
Here we go.
That Strode girl, that's Michael Myers' sister. His parents died and she was adopted by the Strodes.
He killed one sister 15 years ago, now he's trying to kill the other.
All right, I'm gonna pause because I want to speak to this a little bit. So the whole backstory with the sibling angle, like John Carpenter, he sat down with like a 6-pack of beer and then got real drunk and wrote the whole Laurie is Michael's sibling thing. I am personally in the camp that it does not bother me. There's lots of people who are like, no, it retroactively ruined the original to me. I love Halloween 1978, right? If they made 10 sequels after Halloween 1978 and they were all like Halloween Resurrection or Halloween Kills quality, that would not in any way, shape, or form change how I view or feel about the original film. That angle was introduced into the franchise in part 2. So like I grew up always thinking that Michael Myers and Laurie Strode were brother and sister. Do I feel that the first one on its own is a standalone film where there is no connection? Do I think that narratively it makes it scarier that it's a random person? Yes. Do I find Michael Myers as a film villain, as a character, less scary because he just so happens to be related to, you know, who he's after in this movie? No. Whether or not you're team sibling angle, or whether you're not, or whether or not you're like me and you don't really give a shit either way, as long as you're getting a good story, whatever.
Turn this car around now. What is it you fellas usually do? Fire
a warning shot?
Right?
He immediately turns the car around. Oh, Dr. Loomis, you were a real G. Oh, Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy.
We're gonna get out of here.
Jimmy is concussed, okay? And you just like feel the fucking like fear because you know that just gave away her position. I mean, obviously we know that it did, but like,
No, ma'am.
even watching this, knowing what happens,
No, ma'am.
I love this part. It's so sad because she's like so drugged up and she's so traumatized that she couldn't, there's like too much emotion. She couldn't even get the words out when she needed to. But also that scene, a little side story.
Again.
When I went to Universal when I was like in high school, there was like this part where like you're like sitting on the lawn and then they do like this thing with projection screen where they're like 50, 150, however fucking long Universal has been a thing. However many years, like a retrospective, and they showed all of these clips and I was super tired. I was ready to go home because it had been a long day. I'm like watching this and it's like all these movies and then all of a sudden Halloween 2 comes up and it was that scene of her screaming, "Help me." Let me tell you, the energy that went through my body. Hold on, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got there? Red lighting. Oh. Look, and he's always, it's like you constantly, I have to give props to the director, to Dean Kundi, like the way that the lighting is always on one half of the mask. Ugh, so good. That's a bad motherfucker right there. Just straight up walk through the fucking glass.
Wow, what a moment. I will never forget.
I mean, you can't tell me that wasn't badass, him walking through the fucking glass. Ugh.
No!
Well, shit. Yeah, he said, surprise, bitch. I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me.
Marion Chambers with Dr. Loomis at the clinic. He's here.
Identify suspect.
Michael Myers, just get your ass over here. She is such an icon.
And she is the moment.
He said, doors can't hold me. Oh, Dr. Loomis. That's fine. You're just like him, apparently. You can survive a lot of shit.
Michael!
Look, and he just stops. He just stops. He's like, did you just say, no, doesn't matter. I'm gonna kill the shit out of you anyway.
Don't say that.
Absolutely iconic.
Brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping.
Absolutely iconic. With the blood coming out of there, oh my God. I think this is a stroke of like writing genius. This whole thing where he can't see, but he's just swiping around and they're just confusing him with the sounds of the gas tanks.
Get out now.
Yeah, sis, you need to run because it's about to be like my toilet after Taco Bell.
Explosive.
It's time, Michael.
Damn. Pretty cool set piece though. Look. This motherfucker is still going. I mean, he's basically like the Energizer Bunny at this point. Well, he's not dead.
Hey, Queen.
What's the count? 10 so far.
I hope wherever that operating room wasn't anywhere near all the babies. Because there was just an entire room in this hospital full of babies.
Can't I ride in front?
Oh, I'm sorry, I have to put you back. Into the ambulance.
Yeah, I've never quite understood. I mean, it's entirely possible that perhaps the man didn't know or she didn't tell him, but like, she has a cracked bone. It's weird to me that they showed up with an ambulance and didn't put her on a stretcher. Look, Lori in the first movie, she said, I want a man. Well, the universe gave you one. All right, you guys, so that was Halloween 2, and that was an absolute blast. As I said in the beginning, this is one of my, obviously it's part of Nick's favorites, this is one of my all-time favorite movies. Is it without its flaws? No. The majority of movies have flaws, but this one rubs me in all the right areas. I cannot wait to come back and like finish off the Holy Trinity with Halloween H2O.
Halloween H2O.
And then, you know, when we watch that, we'll dive into the Michael and the eyes and all that jazz. Let me know what you guys thought about this movie down in the comments, and I will see you for the next one.